Well, we've got 20 questions that we want to ask you, and maybe you can grab a pen and paper and find out, because these are the 20 questions that every woman should ask herself. And Karen and Melanie, I'm going to ask you guys the questions too, and see how you would respond to it, because these are the questions that apparently we should all be asking ourselves, according to Oprah.
This is where I always think I'm going to fail this test.
You cannot fail. You cannot fail. So I'm going to start with some of the questions, and again, to our viewers, what they can do too is grab a pen and paper, maybe answer it along with us. So one of the things that is really imperative that women should be asking themselves is, do I care too much about what other people think? And, you know, maybe Karen, I'll start with you. Have you ever been the type of person to care what other people think, or maybe too much about what other people think?
Oh, I used to fret about it all the time, and I still do sometimes. And especially when you're in the public eye, you don't want to tick people off too often. I think that's why we're in the business. We want to be loved. But as you get older, and I think you just get a little more tired, and you can't do it anymore, you decide that's the way it's going to be. And I'm sorry if you're unhappy with me, but I've done my best, and that's all I can do.
And I think that comes too, do you think, with age, as we get older, we have, because I know for me, I'm a people pleaser. I'll say that, 100 times over, because I know that I am. I like to make sure everybody's all happy. Having said that, sometimes it's to my own detriment. But at the same point, I've noticed as I've gotten older, I don't seem to do it as much, and I don't seem to care as much. That if somebody thinks I wasn't as nice, or I didn't do something that they wanted to.
By the time you reach my age, honey, you'll run them over with the car.
I like that. But I don't really care.
But is it age, or just that as you mature, you have your set of friends, and your family becomes really important to you, your good friends, and it's the periphery people that you care less about, right? Like, I think when you're in high school, everything matters, right?
Of course it does.
And you feel like it's the end of the world if you didn't get invited to, like, the bush party on Friday, and, like, so-and-so didn't talk to you today, and, you know.
I never got invited to any bush parties.
Well, you weren't allowed to do anything.
I wasn't, that's true.
George Bush had a party.
Okay, another question that you want to ask yourself, and I think this is kind of interesting. How do I want to be remembered?
Ooh.
And it's funny, because even before reading these questions, I've always said that. Like, when someone passes on, like I always think of Princess Diana, because I just loved the woman. I thought she was, graceful.
Yep.
She was elegant. She was all that so many people should be, caring. And so I think back and think, wow, when she passed on, people remember to this day. Over a decade later, they still remember her.
I would like people to say, oh yeah, I used to read her column and she made me laugh. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Melanie?
I just want people to think that I made a difference.
Yeah.
Like, if people can be at my funeral and say, you know what, she made a difference, I'm happy. And maybe I had some good shoes.
But you're dead.
No, but you're still.
See, no one was going to see
I'm not going
him.
to my funeral undressed. It's not happening.
I
want to
be saying you're
dressed.
going to be naked in it, but
No, but you can't just dress
See,
somebody.
you've got to have a designated person.
Yes.
a
To
designated
check your
coffin dresser.
Absolutely.
Nails, hair,
Everything
makeup.
else.
And if I look bad, close the
And
lid.
they'll do your makeup there, but
I
it's not the
know,
same.
but-
So because when you're being cremated, I think the funeral home is trying to be nice. Do you really want to waste a really good suit or dress or whatever? Because they're running you through the fire.
True.
Right? So you're going to burn the clothes instead of have them rot, in the ground.
Okay.
But I said,
Note.
note to self.
Yes.
You put that in your will. You're a lawyer.
going to.
You
I'm going to.
I must be strange. I honestly don't
Pick
even
somebody
think about
younger,
it.
too,
I
because-
seriously don't.
I don't want to burn the good shoes, but still, like, I'll have to specify.
No, you pick something appropriate that you're willing to
While
give
they
up.
continue to discuss what they're going to be
Oh.
wearing in their coffins,
Okay.
we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back
I
with
wanna
more
be
of
an
those 20
urn.
questions you need to ask yourself.
I want to be on the
Really?
mantle so you can
Really?
never get away from me.